There's a lot of talk about how caffeine affects your energy levels and your focus, but have you ever wondered how it affects your sleep? Is it okay to drink coffee before bed? What about taking a nap after drinking coffee? In this video, we're going to answer all of your burning questions about caffeine and sleep. How long does it take for caffeine to wear off? On average, it takes 5 to 7 hours for half of the caffeine to wear off in your system. However, this can vary depending on a number of factors, including your age, your metabolism, and whether or not you've had any caffeine before. For more sensitive individuals, caffeine can stay in your system for up to 10 hours. Why does caffeine affect some people more than others? The amount of caffeine that it takes to affect your sleep can vary from person to person. Some people are more sensitive to caffeine than others. If you're a light sleeper, you may find that even small amounts of caffeine can keep you up at night. On the other hand, some people can drink several cups of coffee before bed and still get a good night's sleep. This is because caffeine affects each person differently based on their individual metabolism and body mass. What time should you stop drinking caffeine? If you're trying to get a good night's sleep, it's best to avoid drinking caffeine after lunch. This will give the caffeine enough time to wear off before you go to bed. However, if you're used to having caffeine late in the evening, you may need to gradually reduce the amount of caffeine you consume in order to avoid any withdrawal symptoms. Some people experience headaches, fatigue, and irritability when they try to quit drinking caffeine. Can you take a nap after drinking coffee? If you've had a few cups of coffee, it's best to avoid taking a nap. The caffeine will eventually wear off and you'll likely be able to fall asleep. However, if you're trying to make up for lost sleep, it's best to wait until the caffeine has worn off completely before trying to nap. Otherwise, you may find yourself feeling more tired after waking up from your nap. How much sleep do you need? Most adults need 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. However, some people may need more or less sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, you may feel tired and sluggish during the day. You may also have difficulty concentrating. How can you improve your sleep quality? In addition to avoiding caffeine before bed, you can improve your sleep quality by establishing a regular sleep schedule, only using your bed for sleeping, and getting some exercise during the day. If you suffer from insomnia, it may be helpful to speak with your doctor. They may recommend cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT as a way to help you get a good night's sleep. We hope this video has answered some of your questions about caffeine and sleep. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more helpful tips. Thanks for watching.